At the Umansky Law Firm, we believe everyone deserves a second chance.
It's a lot like the Supreme Court form, but in many cases we may add additional information so that it makes our client look good in front of the judge who has to make a decision whether or not he or she is going to grant the petition to expunge. The petition, if you're doing it yourself, you have to make sure that you cite the correct criminal rule of procedure and Florida statute regarding expungement. You have to also make sure that you put in the correct day of arrest, the date of arrest, the correct agency of the police agency or law enforcement agency that arrested you, and what exactly you were charged with. You have to attach to that several things. You want to make sure that you attach that certificate of eligibility that FDLE granted. And before doing that, you want to look at that certificate of eligibility very carefully. Is the seal of FDLE on there? If it's not going to get granted. You want to make sure that the charge is correct. If it's not going to get granted. You want to make sure that the date of arrest is correct. Again, if it's not on there, it's not going to get granted. The next thing that you're going to want to attach, in addition to the certificate of eligibility, is this affidavit. And what this affidavit says is that it tells you, again, the date that you were arrested on, the agency that you were arrested. Obviously, for privacy issues, we don't have the person or the charge in here. And the type of case it was, the type of charge it was. And also that you're eligible for the relief, meaning you're eligible for the expungement. You've got to be real careful here. When you fill out that affidavit, make sure that you're telling the truth, because you do not want to be subject to perjury. So you've prepared the petition, you've prepared the affidavit, you've attached the affidavit and the certificate of eligibility from FDLE to your petition. Now you need the order. And in our office, we have an order, which you can get, again, from your local law library. Make sure that the order is the current order that's required by the courts. Just like the petition, if you use the wrong form, you have no shot at that judge usually granting your petition to expunge, and it usually will get denied because of a technicality. The order is really, really important, because if the order is not correct, the state attorney may agree that your petition is adequate, but object that your order is not. And your order has to have all of the appropriate agencies that are involved. Okay? It has to have the state attorney's office, it has to have the local clerk where the charge originated, it has to have the local police agency that arrested you, it has to have FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, address in it, and it also has to have the county sheriff's office in it as well. Once you have those things, the affidavit, petition, certificate, and order, you'll send those 4 things off to the judge.